Farm life is definitely entertaining. As a kid, to be exposed to so many different options, to go out and jump on the motorbike and ride around there. It's definitely a lifestyle that I really enjoyed when I was growing up, and being from a place of Temora as well is definitely it's shaped me as a person today. As any small community is, sport plays a predominant role, and as the future is brought on, that's definitely helped me to be where I am at today. The turning point in my life was July 10th back in 2002. We're working on the family farm. We're digging holes to install a fence, so my shoelace was undone and got caught in some moving parts on the tractor. Next thing I remember, I woke up on the ground and I was missing my leg below the knee. So basically I just went into survival mode. I was with my brother at the time, so I was 12, he was 16, so something quite intense to have to deal with. Being 35 kilometres from anywhere, no mobile reception, life was definitely on the line. And the more I look back on it, the more I see that I was a very, very lucky person, one, to survive the accident, but to survive the next, well, it was potentially about 40 minutes from when the accident happened to when I got to help. To survive that long without dying of blood loss was a pretty big thing. I can remember sitting in hospital very early on after I lost my leg, and I was pretty determined not to let it slow me down. I was missing a leg, and life was inevitably going to change, but I didn't want it to change it to a degree where I wasn't going to be able to do the things that I've done before. After I lost my leg, I remember sitting down in Bateman's Bay. We were actually on a water ski holiday with a few of my friends that I've grown up with. I remember sitting there thinking, these guys are all out here having fun, and I'm sitting on the bank watching them. What type of life's this? So I hopped over to the closest life jacket, put it on, grabbed the water ski, said it's my turn. So we went into the water, and Dad jumped in the boat, and that's basically where it all started from. So 5 pulls later, I was back up water skiing, and for the first time since my accident, which was only about 6 months after my accident happened, I was actually able to overcome my disability and actually do something I've been able to do before to a similar level. And then from there, just things exploded. I met up with the water ski world champion, a guy by the name of Steve Simmons. So we knew him through a few family connections. So he introduced me to the sport of tournament water skiing. A couple of months later, I was at Nationals for the first time. The rest is history. 3 world championships, 11 medals, including 3 gold medals over the next 6 or so years. And I've basically done everything that I wanted to in water skiing. So everyone wants to be world champion and break records, and I pretty much have done everything that I wanted to. The big turning point for me was watching the Beijing Paralympic Games. I remember watching the T42 classification, which is the classification that I'd be in, so above knee amputees. So I remember watching that and thinking that these guys are pretty good at what they do, but I think that I can go out there and be competitive with some of these guys. So I moved to the Australian Institute of Sport in Canberra here in 2009. So with the support of the Australian Institute of Sport and a world-class coach and some of the best scientists and biomechanic help around, definitely made that step a little bit easier moving to Canberra. And for me to be able to walk out into a stadium full of 80,000 people was something quite incredible. And knowing that there was probably 1 billion people watching worldwide, it was definitely something that I was pretty proud of. So 100 metres came out and went second fastest qualifier through to the final, ran a personal best to do so, and it was actually quite a cruisy race. I ran 50 metres and basically switched off and jogged the rest of the way home, knowing that I was in a position to qualify for the final. So the 100 metre final came around later that evening, and I knew I was in pretty good shape. Unfortunately for me, the gun went off and I didn't react quite as fast as what I should have and what I had done in the past, and it probably cost me in the end. So I led from 10 metres all the way to about 95 metres and got picked on the post by 0.03 of a second. So the guy who won ran 12:40 and I ran 12.43 seconds to finish second. Which you could see it as 2 ways. You could either see it as I lost the gold medal or I won a silver medal. The way that I look at it, I definitely won a silver medal. I wasn't expecting to medal in that event, and to come out and run a personal best and beat some of the best people in the world to do so was definitely an achievement that'll stay with me for a very long time.